planned my ex's engagement party after he tried to blame me for cheating on his fiancée. Yeah, I wasn't even invited, but neither was the truth, apparently. So, I'm 30, and my ex Derek and I broke up almost 3 years ago. It wasn't tragic. He was charming, but allergic to responsibility, monogamy, and soap when gaming for more than 6 hours. The basics. Anyway, life moved on. I healed, got therapy, got a better job, got a better man. Meanwhile, Derek upgraded from I'm working on myself to engaged to a girl he met at a brewery. Good for him, honestly. But here's where things turn into a dumpster fire wearing a tuxedo. 2 weeks ago, I get a message request on Instagram from his fiancée, Rachel. Very polite, very friendly, very woman to woman. She says she just needs closure and wants to know if Derek and I ever overlapped. Overlapped? Our breakup was 3 years ago. I haven't even overlapped Netflix passwords with him. So I said no, truthfully. She thanked me, but something felt off. Then I get a long, chaotic text from someone I didn't expect, Derek. He said, and I quote, "Can you please tell Rachel we dated on and off and I wasn't technically cheating? She's freaking out." Excuse me? Not technically cheating? On and off? Boy, the only thing on and off was your employment. Turns out, Rachel found old photos of us on his iPad. Instead of just telling the truth, that's my ex from years ago, he panicked and said we were still complicated when he met her, meaning he told her I was the reason he accidentally cheated. Me, a woman who hasn't seen him in 3 years and wouldn't hug him during a zombie apocalypse. I ignored his message, but Rachel didn't. She called me crying, saying Derek admitted to emotional entanglements with me until recently. I told her the absolute truth. I have not spoken to that man since 2022 except when he texted me today begging me to cover his ass. Silence. Then a sniff, then, "Would you be willing to tell me that in person? His family thinks I'm overreacting." And my brain, my petty, vengeful brain, said, "Absolutely, because guess what was happening that weekend? Their engagement party." So yes, I went, not dressed like a villain, but like someone who came to return borrowed dignity. The moment I walked in, Derek paled so hard he looked like unfinished dough. Rachel brought me straight to her parents, Derek's parents, and the maid of honor. She asked me very calmly, "When was the last time you and Derek spoke romantically?" I smiled. 3 years ago, and before today, the last time he contacted me was to ask if I could pretend he didn't cheat on your daughter. The room went silent. Someone dropped a fork. Derek whispered, "Babe." She held up a hand like a traffic cop. Then her dad, who looks like the human form of a tax audit, turns to Derek and goes, "Son, is there anything you've told the truth about?" Derek started stuttering so hard I thought he'd reboot. Rachel calmly removed the engagement ring, placed it in his hand, and said, "I don't marry men who cheat or men who lie about who they cheated with." And she left. Her whole family followed. Half the guests left out of pure secondhand embarrassment. Derek just stood there in the middle of his ruined party holding the ring like it was evidence in a crime documentary. Final stinger. He texted me the next day saying, "You didn't have to humiliate me." I replied, "Looks like I did. You weren't doing it honestly on your own."